final lesson is saying no. And that's whether that's to people or opportunities. At the end of the day, if you want to achieve something, anything in life, whether that's for your career, whether that's for your physique, anything you want to achieve in life, personally, financially, etc., you have to sacrifice something. What's good, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the What's Next podcast with myself, Dominic Speer. And it's the first episode in 2024. 2024 is here and I'm super excited, to be honest. 2023 was quite something. It was probably the most impactful life of my or year of my life. So much changed. I grew so much as a person, and genuinely just seeing that in 2023, I'm just so excited to get into 2024 and absolutely crush it. And I learned so much, which is why I want to make this episode today and basically touch on the 3 biggest lessons I learned in 2023, and hopefully this can help you create a better life, a more successful life, and overall help you achieve your goals. Because like I said, 2023 has been so insane for me, and I just really want to share these takeaways with you. Having said that, let's dive right in. So lesson number 1 is mastery requires focus, right? And what I mean by that is pretty much we often get presented with different opportunities to do different things, and essentially, there's a lot of things to do, right? And what I've learned is that, yes, you can do a lot of things. You can, I don't know, let's say you want to be really good at business, you want to get in shape, you want to cook, you want to get good at skiing, you want to get good at rock climbing, and then you also want to get good at content creation. Now, those are a lot of things, and what I've learned is that, okay, pick the ones that you really want to get good at, right? That mean the most to you or would have the biggest impact on your life, and just focus on them. Because just think about it, like if you allocate all that time to one thing, you'll be so much better at it. Like, just think of energy, right? For example, if you wanted to, why are lasers so powerful, right? Because it's concentrated energy. Now, if you wanted to be the best at something, or let's say you had to drill through a wall and you only had so much energy, right? If you channeled that energy, you would get through that wall. But if you didn't, you'd be stuck, right? And the same thing applies with focus and getting good at something. Now, if you really want to get good at something, channel that energy into 1 or 2 things. Most of your time, do that and watch how quickly you get good at something and how quickly your life changes. And an example for me was I just wanted to, for example, get good at content, business, and content and business, right? And then that's all I did. Content, business, and gym probably, right? And then that's all I did. And as a result, my life changed, because I was like, no, this is all I'm doing. Yes, are there other things I could be doing? 100%. But I was like, no, this is all I'm doing. I'm fully focused on this. And as a result, my life changed. And I'll be with you, starting the year, I didn't have this sort of laser focused approach. And throughout the year, I actually learned it and refined my approach more and more to just focus on the activities that will get me the highest return for my time and essentially change my life the most. So that's lesson number 1. Mastery requires focus. Now, lesson number 2 is speed of action. Now, I touched on this briefly in episode 1 if you haven't listened to that. But pretty much what I've learned from the most successful people, and also just in this year of 2023, is the speed of action. Because what was holding me back in the past was just how slowly I was taking action on something I really wanted to do. Whether that was content creation, going to the gym, whatever it was, I was just caught in this analysis paralysis, meaning I was just thinking, and I wasn't taking action. Now, what I've learned from the most successful people to ever do it is just your speed of action. And the way you want to think about it is, think of an omnipotent being. Omnipotent being meaning that they think of something and it's reality. Now, how can we get as close as possible to that, right? We do that by, if we have an idea, we take action on it. Of course, plan it, etc., right? But the biggest lessons you'll learn is by taking action anyway, right? So let's say, I don't know, you want to get good at skiing. Let's say that. You can think about, or you can watch all the videos on skiing, how to do it, etc. But the way you'll learn actually how to ski is by actually doing it and teaching yourself how to do it, learning from your lessons, improving on that, and then getting better at that. And then the rate of speed, right? Or the rate of how many times you do it equals to the rate of how quickly you improve. And that has been the biggest lesson for me. So combining that with focus actually, and just being like, okay, I want to do this. I want to create a podcast. What's stopping me from doing it right now? What's stopping me from doing it tomorrow, right? Of course, approaching it with a certain level of excellence, right? But don't let the fear of something stop you from taking action, or fear of perfectionism, or just thinking that you have to have it perfect, where for me, the biggest thing has been just taking action results in more clarity, and then I know exactly what to improve on for whatever the next podcast episode, or even back to the skiing analogy, just if I ski more often, I'll get better at it more quickly, right? And just the speed of action. That's been lesson number 2, and it's been a massive game changer in my life. And then the final lesson, and that's probably the biggest one. The final lesson is saying no. And that's whether that's to people or opportunities, right? Because look, at the end of the day, if you want to achieve something, anything in life, whether that's for your career, right? Whether that's for your physique, anything you want to achieve in life, personally, financially, etc., you have to sacrifice something. And often that's different opportunities and saying no to people. And in 2023, I cut out a lot of people, old friends, a lot of my family, right? I started communicating less. And just because I was like, no, I want to achieve this thing and I will do what is required. Now, would I suggest going as extreme as I did? Depends. Depends what you want to, or what problem you're solving and what you want to achieve. Now, I went pretty extreme. I pretty much cut everyone, or almost everyone, out. And I was just like, I want to achieve this goal and I'm going to do what is required. Now, all I'm saying is that the lesson I've learned is that certain people might not be in alignment with the goal you want to achieve. And as a result, maybe not cut them out completely, because especially family members, you can't necessarily cut out completely. But then it's just about limiting the time with them, setting certain expectations. For example, I'm all about my energy. If someone takes away from my energy, I don't want to spend time with them just because I only have so much energy, and now you're bringing negative energy into my life. I don't want that. I don't need that. So I will limit my time with you. And then it's just again about setting expectations, like being upfront, like what you would tell them behind their back, tell them into their face. Like, look, let's say there's a person that they have negative energy, right? Or they go drinking a lot and you don't want that, right? You tell them, Susan, you drink a lot. That's great for you. I don't want to be associated with that right now. So that is why I'm limiting my time to you. And I hope you can respect that, because I want to achieve these goals and your behaviors are not in alignment with those goals. And just setting those expectations with those people. Yes, it's a hard conversation, but at the end of the day, it is required, because hardship is required to be good at anything and to be great. And at the end of the day, that's what you want, right? You want to be great and you want to limit your time. So why not set the expectations up front, right? That's saying no to people. The other thing is saying no to opportunities. And that actually goes back to focus, right? Because there's a lot of opportunities, there's a lot of things you can do, right? And for me, it's just like, I want to narrow it down even more. Like, what is the 1 or 2, 3 things, maybe 3 things that I can allocate majority of my time to that will give me the biggest return on that time for the goals I'm trying to achieve? And that's just been my biggest lesson, like, because I know if I can just focus on those things and they have the biggest output for my time, then I will, yeah, create the most output and achieve my goal a lot quicker. And that is just saying no to other opportunities. And I mean, I heard this from Alex Hormozi, but like, the more you level up in whatever game you're playing, the harder the opportunities will be to say no to. And yeah, that's just like, okay, just realizing like, okay, what is good for me, what is not good for me, what is helping me get towards my goal, and what is not, right? And strategy, right, is allocating limited resources, which is money and time, against unlimited opportunities, right? And that's just where you have to be very strategic on what you focus on, because we all have the same 24 hours every single day, and it's just about what do you prioritize and what do you want to spend your time on. So that's another thing. And saying no, for example, also goes into saying no to grocery shopping, for example. That's been a massive change in my life, just because I waste so much time grocery shopping and also thinking about it, etc. Now I just order my food in, and it saves me so much time. So at the end of the day, we only have 24 hours, and it's just about what you do with those 24 hours, right? And yeah, those are the three biggest lessons I learned. So just to recap, mastery requires focus. So if you want to be good at something, focus on it. Don't distract yourself. Allocate most of your time into that and see how quickly your life will change. The second lesson is speed of action. How quickly can you take action based on the thought you have? Getting as close as possible to an omnipotent being, right? Because the faster you take action, the faster you learn, the faster you can improve, right? And then finally, it's just saying no, whether that's to people that are not aligned with the thing you want to achieve, or saying no to other opportunities that are taking away from the thing you're trying to achieve. So those are my three biggest lessons from 2023. And hopefully in 2024, I can take these lessons into that and then also learn new lessons along the way, which is the goal, to continue to grow, improve, and become the best version of ourselves. Now, I hope that these lessons will change your life too if you implement them. And as a result, have an insane 2024. Happy New Year, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.